Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. Well, the majority of central Kansas in the TMA trade area has received very beneficial moisture in the last couple of days. Although some of that weather was slightly severe, overall, the majority of our customers have missed major hail damage and wind damage, but we're extremely thankful for the beneficial rains for our fall crops. So as we look at our farm margin index for June the 1st, 2012, you'll see that once again, with our prices falling, so is our profitability, but yet we're still in the black. The key here is to get up to those key numbers, $200 on corn or beans on the irrigated side. We're going to have to do everything we can to maximize our bushels with where our markets are at today. So remember, have a plan and lock in that profit or minimum profit when that opportunity comes available to you. This is just showing you once again how we came up with our numbers based off of new crop cash prices at Groveland, Kansas. So today we're going to talk about two separate things, but the first one is what should I do with my wheat? You know, for the first time in a couple of years, we have a surplus of wheat, or potentially we'll have a surplus of wheat here in central Kansas of open store bushels that we'll need to market post-harvest. So the most common things that producers are doing are either minimum price contracts or foundation contracts to give themselves a guaranteed floor and then upside in the market. So the first contract that we'll talk about today is the minimum price contract. This guarantees you exactly what it says, a minimum cash price. It stops your storage at the local elevator and interest on your loan, and then also provides you with unlimited upside in the marketplace. So what that looks like is if we look at today's cash price for in-store grain at Walton, Kansas, it's $6.07. So if we were to make this a minimum price contract, we'd invest 50 cents a bushel to purchase a $6.90 December call. What that does for you is it gives you unlimited upside in the market and allows you to stay in the market until 11/23. This way we can avoid some of those feelings that we had 2 years ago when the Russian wheat issues came up in Kazakhstan in particular, and we saw the markets rise dramatically after harvest. I'm not saying that's going to happen today, but this is a way to provide yourself with peace of mind and unlimited upside in the marketplace, but still get your money today to pay those harvest bills. Now, some of you are saying, you know, Devin, that sounds great, but I can't afford to only take $5.57 for my grain. What else can I do? And so you can actually increase that minimum cash price right here to $5.77 by putting a ceiling or limiting your potential upside. Now, you're still staying in the market till the 23rd of November, but you're going to purchase that same $6.90 call, but you're going to sell a $7.90 call on top of it, effectively giving you a ceiling in the marketplace. But remember, if you're going to be in the market for 6 months, you're going to be saving yourself 4 cents a bushel a month on storage and 2 cents a bushel a month of interest at your bank potentially. So that's a total savings of storage interest of 36 cents a bushel that could technically be added back to that minimum cash price if that was your situation. So that's one of the options that we're using. The other one's a foundation contract. It's very similar. You have a minimum cash price in the market, it stops storage and interest, and it provides your upside through an average instead of on a daily spot price. And then the greatest thing about this contract for producers that don't have large amounts of bushels in open storage is there's no minimum bushel requirements. So what that looks like today is a producer could guarantee $5.67. That's what I would write him a check for today. And then he would be in the market through an average from 6/1 of 12 through the 22nd of November. So every day the market closed above 680 December futures, I would use that number instead of 680 in the price. So what that basically means is that if the market runs up, you're going to get an average price going up, and if it goes lower, the great thing is you will always be guaranteed that minimum cash price. For those of you who've heard about the double crop soybean program that TMA is offering and have additional questions, feel free to contact one of your grain marketing or crop insurance specialists and take advantage of this wonderful opportunity of your farm to invest 3 to maybe 4 bushels an acre to guarantee that your costs will be covered and you'll have potential revenue on your farm. So talk to one of us for more additional information. And lastly, what's causing this market to move? Number one, it's world and then U.S. economics. Europe is continuing to struggle to find their way from an economic standpoint, and when they don't do well, that leads us to have less mouths or people who don't want to buy our stuff here in the U.S. And then the U.S. unemployment rates came out higher again this week, and which is also a struggle. And then weather. Weather is always going to be a concern, whether it's here in the U.S. or Russia. It just has a big impact on what our overall supply and demands are. So for more additional information, feel free to contact one of your TMA grain marketing or crop insurance specialists. Thank you and have a great weekend.